How's it going, everybody? ZoinkMeister Patrick, joined again by Adam of ZoinkMeister.
What's going on?
And sorry about last week's podcast. We kind of had some technical difficulties.
Real technical.
Yeah, as in my laptop's broke, sort of technical. But this week we'll be doing it. We'll be talking about sort of the re-rise or the coming back of platformers or classical platformers, and as well as we'll touch a little bit on the new rise of the battle royale genre in gaming. So kind of a sort of where gaming is going now.
Yeah.
So well, let's start with, I guess, this sort of invigorating of the platforming, classic style platforming. It's mainly remasters, right? It's sort of like everyone's decided to remaster their classic platformer today for some reason.
So last year we got Crash Bandicoot. This year we're getting Spyro, and the old developers of Glover have just announced they're throwing their gloves back into the ring.
And Bubsy.
Oh yeah, and which there was Bubsy.
I mean, that was 2D. We're talking mainly about 3D platformers, I guess. But
yeah, 2.5D. I mean,
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, it had some depth. Sonic Mania was a continuation to the original Sonic games.
Yeah. A lot of remasters right now. It's pretty crazy. Gravity Rush was remastered. Shadow of the Colossus was remastered.
All heavy jumping and movement. I mean, Call of Duty remastered or Modern Warfare remastered was in there too, but
right. And like Final Fantasy's coming out too.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy 7. But
just crazy. I don't know. Well, so I think I'm sure I've told you about this before, but supposedly the advancement of technology is going to be slowed down tremendously compared to what it's been. That law, I forget what it's called, where the technology is supposed to advance like 7 times the processing power every year or something like that. Moore's law? I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 2.5 times, but since he first stated that, it's become way outdated. But we're running to a point where we're running into like electron tunneling, right?
Yes. So your local chemist here, my background conveniently is in chemistry. Yeah. So electrons have the ability to tunnel short distances through sort of any what you'd call a barrier, an energy barrier. So anywhere that they wouldn't normally be able to travel, like for example, solid material like rubber, if it's thin enough, for some reason, electrons. If you can imagine like a hill, and if you drop a rock, so you imagine like a U. So there's 2 hills right next to each other, right? And between them's like a U shape. So the idea is if the second hill is higher than the first hill, if you drop a rock, it should roll down the first hill and up the second hill, but it can't go over because the second hill's higher. That's the law of momentum. But for some reason, electrons have the ability, if you drop them off at the top of the one hill, they'll roll down, come up the other side, and most of them will come right back down. Most of them won't go over, but some of them will teleport across the other side of the hill and keep going. And so that's frustrating.
Oh man.
And so that's electron tunneling. That's how electron tunneling works. And so where we are with processors is they've gotten so small, everything's gotten so small that electrons are now, that hill has gotten so tiny that electrons are now starting to be able to jump across. And that's a problem because we can't make it any smaller at that point.
Yeah, and for those who don't know how basic CPU usage works, it's kind of like an opening and closing of separate tunnels, letting electrons through that allow different commands to be executed. So if you kind of have random electrons kind of spewing through, you're going to get random commands sometimes or random inputs. So literally you cannot continue because you won't get the results that are planned.
Right. So we're sort of reaching the end of advancements in technology. So they'll become more like specified technologies, we assume, where things will be very like specific to what you need. But there won't be like general just explosions in technological advances like we've seen in the past.
Yeah. Well, so Google just announced, well, I mean, they keep announcing every year, but they never show any proof. They keep saying that they have a quantum computer almost ready for mass market, but every time they say it, they're like, I think the last date they gave us was like March 15th. They're like, we're going to unveil the first like general population ready quantum computer for like $2 million or something. And then as soon as that date rolled around, they I don't know, came out with some other excuse like the Facebook, it's the Russian Russian hacking facility. Pay attention to them.
Big, so. big Facebooks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I imagine though that might be why everyone's suddenly so remaster happy. Is that the next jump we see in console technology might just be catching up to PC more than anything else. We might not even have a major generation change for some time.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know if you've heard recently, but I guess the PS5 is being leaked for a 2020 release timeframe.
Really?
And a lot of people are worried because they're not quite sure where it can go, right?
Right.
I mean, 8K isn't a standard yet, and 4K would just be catching up.
Right, and it has to beat the Pro somehow. It has to beat the PS4 Pro.
So, I mean, to beat the PS4 Pro would literally just be matching up with the Xbox One, just 60 frames 4K.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much as high as one's going to go right now without going insanely expensive. So,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of daunting. I mean, it kind of just sounds like, I mean, you could improve the parts you have. You can still make bigger and better games, but
right.
You're gonna hit that wall soon where, I don't know. I don't want to keep doing this whole half generational leap thing. I mean, I still have my old faithful original PS4.
Right, so do I. Mine even is slightly older than yours somehow, as I have the original controllers with a bad joystick design. You know, my joystick design flaw where they used a soft rubber so it rips too easily.
Yeah. Now I have like the I bought mine right when Ground Zeroes, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, I think I got it day one. I think mine's a day one.
Yeah, so mine's a couple months out. But yeah.
But fun. So that might be the reason for all these remasters. But there is, as we said, technology moving forward in the gaming world with a new battle royale genre.
Oh yeah, so Call of Duty Black Ops 4 will no longer have a campaign, but it will have a...
Wait. Hold up. First, before we move on, should we real quick, just for the folks at home, maybe who aren't up to date on the trends, what is a battle royale game, since we are saying this is the new thing?
Okay, so I think it's kind of impossible to not know at this point, but a battle royale mode is... By the standardized definition as of right now, it is a 100-person single or team-based free-for-all.
Right, with a permadeath within the match.
It has permadeath, so kind of it's not it wasn't the first one to do it, more like the first to put it in that mainstream set, but PUBG started with the 100 man royale where you just dropped into a random space with either single or your
PUBG was a mod, right? It was another Valve mod.
I believe it's actually Arma.
Oh, is it Arma? I think it is Arma. I don't know who makes Arma, but yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, they basically took a bunch of assets, threw it together, and then threw a 100-man royale, and it was really successful. So Epic, which is a far more lucrative company, jumped on it and converted their Minecraft meets zombies game Fortnite into a battle royale for free, which kind of mainstream things. And now,
are there any battle royales that aren't free? Like, I'm not sure if
PUBG isn't free.
It's not free. Okay.
No, I believe Fortnite is the only free one, actually.
Really? I thought Paladins. Is Paladins not out? It's not out.
Is
just
I don't know. I don't know much about Paladins, but Call of Duty, the next Modern Warfare, the next Black Ops 4 has been announced to not have a campaign, but will feature a battle royale mode, and I guess leaked just 2-3 days ago. So did Battlefield 5.
With the same news, or just?
Yeah, it will now have a battle royale mode.
That's great. So, like, I think that's a step forward.
That is a huge step forward because, I mean, Fortnite, PUBG, at their cores, those games are, like, not very good. Right. they're, like, really choppily thrown together, like, oh, quick, we got to make money, and they threw a sandwich together and then threw it at the wall and it stuck.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like PUBG is just a glorified mod, and
Fortnite is just a glorified copy, so...
Right. Because Fortnite just was like, hey, we have a survival game, and this new popular genre came out, which sort of relies on survival-based tactics. So we should be able to convert our game into this style without too much difficulty. And surprise, surprise, they were in fact able to do that.
Yeah, now it's on everything but Switch. Mobile phones can play crossplay with PC. And
well, so the fun thing, so the only other bit of Battle Royale that we forgot to mention is that there is a you're dropped into any point on the map. So that way you don't all start in the same point, but it's kind of like Hunger Games.
You get to choose your own drop off point. Fortnite starts out with you in a flying bus, hot air balloon jetpack thing, and you jump out and you land wherever you want. And
then the map slowly closes in on you. So there's these electric barriers that slowly get smaller and smaller, so that it forces the remaining players into a tighter and tighter space.
Yeah, you technically don't have to go as the barrier comes, but the longer you're in the barrier, the more health you lose. So
yes,
for more
and the rate of health loss goes up, I think.
Yeah, but the more strategic you play, I mean, you could even like hide on the barrier of the field and like slowly kind of eat your way towards the center.
Yeah,
but I mean, as far as the game goes, it's actually a really smart idea, but the base games they're using aren't very good.
Well, and it's kind of fun. It is pretty much just Hunger Games, right? Like except Hunger Games it's like Hunger Games sped up.
Yeah.
I think what it kind of comes down to.
Yeah, 100
because I remember there was this before PUBG. There was this game that was just like straight up like Hunger Games, the video game, and it was a battle royale. It was only like 20 people, but all the rest was the same thing. There was like a barrier that closed in, and you had to like scourge for stuff, and you were spawned at a random location. You get to choose your spawn. It was a lot simpler, but same sort of thing. And it's kind of funny when I saw that at the time, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but like it'll never catch on.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, all Battle Royale is like, permadeath free for all.
Right. It's, search and destroy free for all with a closing map.
Yeah, so I mean, from that point on, I mean, anyone can really do that, but it's the base game that really matters, I feel. So when you take something that has like really good gameplay, like the Call of Duty franchise or Battlefield.
Like Call of Duty or Battlefield, absolutely.
That's when you're starting to get crazy with those franchises.
And Battlefield even has, so Call of Duty for a long time, you and I have talked about, Call of Duty has great mechanics that aren't going anywhere because they're really well programmed the way that they are. And the only problem is that they wrote one good story in Modern Warfare 1 and then have been reusing it for every game since then.
Yeah.
And I mean, no one cares anymore.
Yeah, so the pool, I mean, Black Ops 1, I feel maybe the best story in the franchise. But
Black Ops 1 is probably pretty strong, yeah.
That's because it doesnment really deal with, it's not like the standard formula that deals with like...
No.
That deals with like schizophrenia or...
It's more Hellblade.
That's a much more interesting story. I mean, you just take away the murders and it's still an interesting story. But
right.
Yeah, it's from the Call of Duty franchise where it's all mechanics and people, this isn't a good game because I'm tired of it. It's still a good game. You're just tired of it. It is.
Yeah. But that's fair. Like, we should be tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, yearly releases, and we all know they're like from multiple developers, but I mean, it still holds the Call of Duty franchise. They all have very similar mechanics.
Yeah.
I think that what was it, Advanced Warfare or was it Infinity Warfare that had the most like dislikes on any YouTube video ever or something like that?
Oh, I think it was Advanced Warfare.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's gotten bad. And then Battlefield even has vehicles in it. They're known for their advancements in vehicle gameplay in a first-person setting.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, Battlefield 4, you can do all kinds of crazy nonsense, like go in a jet, jump out of the jet, destroy someone with an RPG, and then jump back in the jet somehow. But
right.
I know.
And yeah, same thing with, I don't know if you've seen any of the original Battlefield 1942 or whatever it is. That one's like what popularized the series for those types of like things where like you'd be flying in a jet and then you'd eject out of the jet to shoot somebody and then, or no, it was like I remember there was this, I think it was a famous video where the guy's in a car, he drives the car off a ramp, he gets out of the car, he shoots through the jet cockpit, killing the guy in the jet, then takes over the jet and flies away.
See, it's just that simple. Like,
and it's like, wow, okay, that's cool. It wasn't a jet; it was an airplane because it was 1942. But still,
Battlefield is like over the top with their fun. I mean, I also like the mechanic. They're also really famous for the whole a destructible environment thing. Like you can
Right,
blow up
yes.
buildings,
Which in a battle royale, I think works well.
yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Fortnite, you can deconstruct
Fortnite
area,
does it, yeah.
and then use those parts to make your own little structures. But yeah, all good ideas left and right. I'm actually looking forward to it. Black Ops 4 might be the first Call of Duty I've bought since
You won't go Battlefield?
Modern Warfare 3. So if it's coming to a battle royale, I'd say Call of Duty probably has the better mechanics. So I think I like smoother, more buttery, like fluidity kind of goes to them.
Do you think they'll keep the like wave dashing junk they've been doing and wall running and stuff that they threw in, like Titanfall style? Titanfall,
So I
wow.
mean, the last
Could you
game,
imagine a Titanfall battle royale?
see, that sounds crazy.
That's what I want.
Call of Duty World War II kind of ditched all of the previous
Right.
franchises kind of clutter, but now it's Black Ops 4, so I'm not really sure.
Different company, so they're kind
They're
of
probably going to bring back the augmented body part.
yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, there's 3 companies currently making Call of Duty games. So each 3 in a row are kind of the same generation. There's no really improvements. The improvement comes every 3rd game or so, because there's 3 different companies all working on the game. They've been working on the game, and so they can't make improvements from the game that just came out, as they're 2 years into making the game at that point. So like in the old days, there's only 2 companies, but from Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 were kind of the same technology-wise, and then Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were the same technology-wise, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, whereas now, I mean, in general, technology is getting more and more advanced, and that takes more and more time. So,
Right.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, oh, they're adding a battle royale mode because it's now getting mainstream. I mean, probably, yeah, that was the initial thought. But they probably did it like
It
a
probably was,
year
yeah.
or 2 away, like before. It's not like they just threw this together right now. I mean,
No. Well, though it probably doesn't take a whole lot of work to turn it into a battle royale. But if they weren't making a campaign, they weren't making a campaign, right? That's been 2 years in the works.
yeah.
Not making a campaign.
Oh yeah. You can't just like decide. I mean, I guess you could. Like, let's just throw it all away.
Right.
Like
no,
right now.
we don't need that.
Yeah, we've already
completed
developed
campaign.
2 years in. We only need the last level. Let's just we'll save it for the next game. Yeah, no.
What are you gonna bug test it? What do you have QA testers in your pocket?
Yeah. No, that's there. I mean, people do that. They throw away huge
don't have
chunks
QA
of game.
money.
Like
Yeah.
Pandemic's Battlefront 3 was 90 per, it was 90% done. 90% done when they canceled it. And it's actually rumored that the 90% finished prototype is somewhere in someone's like closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Which it's happened before. What game was it? I know there's a bunch of games that have been found places that were unfinished prototypes. I mean, every Nintendo 64 DD game that isn't Captain Falcon or Dosha, no, not even. I think Mario Paint and F-Zero are the only games that came out or something like that. So every other subsequent game was found. They're all prototypes. Wow. So there's a Super Mario 64 prototype that was found in a game shop in Japan.
Right, wasn't there the Star Fox 3, whatever?
Oh yeah, Star Fox 3 was actually 100% complete. It's a completely finished game, but the N64 was right over the horizon, so they canceled the entire game and started Star Fox 64. Then they ended up re-releasing it on the SNES Classic, which I have.
Right, so. And then they also made Star Fox Zero, which is kind of, they just used a lot of ideas from that.
Oh yeah, Star Fox Zero is like...
There's another remake.
Okay, so Star Fox 1 on the NES, and then Star Fox 2. Oh, wait, no, sorry. SNES? Yeah, SNES. And then Star Fox 2, which was 100% done and then canned, and then they remade Star Fox 64, or made 64. They ended up re-releasing it as Star Fox 64 3DS, and then Star Fox Zero is the way they intended it to be if they remade the, like... SNES version that they wanted to have with like modern technology,
which is like even a remake of there's like Star Fox Command or whatever, right? The DS one.
Oh yeah,
it was just kind of
I don't even know what's going on there. I've never played that one. That's
I have it. Hey, but so that's where games are. That's where games might be going. A lot of remasters, and the battle royale is kind of our new beacon.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, right? World. Like, I mean, will Red Dead Redemption have a battle royale?
and it's a little even like, I don't know. I honestly like the channel ZoinkMeister hasn't played any like brand new games. Really, I mean, we had Fortnite, but like the one stream, we haven't had like a proper videos on anything new or hip or whatever. And the reason why is it's just kind of battle royale right now. There's no real spectacular games out.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, this is being recorded on the 19th, but God of War is coming out tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on it because
we're gonna sound like chumps now, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna.
There's nothing good.
Has like 27 consecutive 100 scores or something like that. It is now the second best PS4 game. Or actually,
because this will be coming out 4 days after that, release. So yeah, be like, nothing good's out.
Yeah.
Like, are you freaking kidding me? There's a spectacular game 4 days ago.
As of the time this launches, it'll probably I might have a quick couple minutes of it to see what I feel about God of War. Are you gonna get God of War, Patrick?
No, because I'm Spider-Man.
Oh,
I was actually going to get Bulletstorm. It's on sale on PlayStation Plus right now for like 70% off or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So it's only like $10 or something like that. And so I was actually going to get that, but then I decided Spider-Man. So
I mean, Spider-Man comes out in like September, right? So
I know, but I'm still in the middle of Gravity Rush and I haven't finished Nier Automata yet. So I'm trying to. I found out, this is kind of random, but I found out that so I want to complete Gravity Rush 2 because it's my favorite game of all time, and I like saying that I liked it so much I completed it. But there's something called the Delvool mining trench, which is annoying and very difficult. And but I found out at the end of it you get a reward that is making it suddenly all worth it. So that's what I've been spending my time on recently.
Okay.
Is lots of Gravity Rush.
Yeah, I myself actually finished the Half-Life universe.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, 1, 2, all the episodes, Portal 1, Portal 2, and I think I just need a Half-Life 1.
That'll never be remastered.
Blue Shift. I know, they're never going to touch that. They can't touch
Speaking
Half-Life.
of remastered,
it's over.
It has to be. But that's another topic, I think. I think we can probably talk all about the economics of video games.
Yeah, but...
Meta of video game releases.
Yeah, Half-Life is definitely a topic on its own, but...
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll see you guys all next week then.
This is a good time to wrap it up.
So, it's nice talking with you, and Zoink out.
Yeah, Zoink out. Remember to like and subscribe. It really helps, I think. I don't know. Everyone says that. I don't think it really helps. We don't make any money.
I don't. Yeah.
So,
it probably doesn't.
I mean,
commenting does. If you have any, because we like to know that someone cares.
Oh, yeah. Except for King Kong. Please stop commenting about King Kong Part 2.
Oh.
It's never coming out. Gabe Newell promises he's working on it. He's working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. When Valve makes a game with a 3 in the title, King Kong Part 2 will come out.
Yeah, but I've recently got a request for Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. So on that note...
Hey!
I think we should probably head on out.
All right. Yeah, tell us what you guys think about the future of video games, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, see you next time.
Bye.